And with that, welcome back. Let me change the overlay to DCS. There we go, that's better. Right, yeah, welcome back, guys. So unfortunately, I can't get DCS German map work on the server yet. I just checked again. So it has a list of maps that are contained currently in the download list, and the German map, maybe because it's not 100% finished yet, is not there yet. So that's why I can't install it. Hey, forward, good to be. Now, as you can see, we are in Frankfurt. So this is post reunification or pre-unification. So the Cold War area. So you say, oh, there are servers that already manage that? Okay, I have to check then why. Yeah, so the thing is, Gabby, I did exactly the same with the same commands as the Iraq scenery, and I have the Iraq scenery working. So I have that working, but I just can't get, at least, the thing is though, Gabby, I think one thing I have to check then is what they call the server, what they call the map. Because it seems like the map name is just not correct. Yeah, so like I was saying, this is Frankfurt Airport prior. What's this? Lufthansa? Lol. Right, is it like a copyright issue or something? So they have to call that Lufthansa instead of Lufthansa. Like what? That's a good one. Yeah, probably. Yeah, Mike Tango Charlie. Looking forward to it as well in the F-4. Yeah. Yeah, so, well, I mean, it's a basic kind of airport setup, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't, this is not a civil flight simulator, right? It's just there to give you a rough kind of idea about Frankfurt Airport. Now, when I started flying as a first officer in Frankfurt, obviously there was no runway 25 right. And you can see here at this day and age, oh, Gaby, do you know what year this map is from? Is it like 1980 or something, or 1978 or something? Better than some. It's the 1980s, yeah. So, so you can see that runway 18 didn't even exist back then, and you can see there's a lot of wooden areas, a lot of trees there, where now runway 18 is, and that was a huge political problem back then. With lots of demonstrations, and I think 2 police officers were actually killed here in the process of getting these demonstrators away from the fields or the trees, and so quite a sad story behind that. But yeah, 18 was then designed, and so when I started flying in 1995, I remember that the US Air Force had actually some Galaxies stationed here. So on this part where we're standing right now, there were some huge hangars. I think 2 or 3 big maintenance hangars from the Americans, and they had Galaxies then. Hey, Elias, moin. So that's a bit of a historical background there, a long time ago. But yeah, we're flying the beautiful F-4 Phantom in the German livery. And I have planned myself a little bit around here. Now, for those not historically familiar with Germany back in the Cold War era, with the East German country still in place, the German Democratic Republic, GDR. It was on this side. You can see the front line here, right? So this part was Eastern Germany, as we said back then, Eastern Germany, and part of Berlin was also then Eastern and Western part. And you can see quite nice. I already checked this here. So here you can actually see the famous Mauer, the German Mauer, so the German wall, and the way it goes through the middle of Berlin. Right here we have the Brandenburger Tor, and it goes right through here. So interesting to see here in the map, which they model quite nicely. And another background story: as I was a little kid, my father, who was in the German Air Force back then, stationed in Memmingen. It's not modeled yet. It will be further down south here. So he was stationed there with the Starfighter Squadron. They had 2 squadrons back then, and he was then, after they got all his ratings, his combat ratings, he actually had some duty there once or twice a month, where he was given a potential target somewhere either in Eastern Germany or in Russia, and he had a live atomic bomb below the Starfighter, sitting in a bunker, getting ready for a quick reaction alert. And he had to know the target off by heart, right? So no map, nothing, just all in his mind. And he knew all the navigation points that he had to go through, and he knew his target. So an interesting kind of story. I remember as a little kid, maybe I was 4 or 5 years old. We went up north to visit my grandparents. So I was actually born in a place called Stadthagen, which is somewhere in here. And that's Wunstorf, there's Bückeburg. Oh, here we go. No, Stadthagen, there it is, Stadthagen. So this is the town that I was actually born in 1969. And my grandparents lived in a little village nearby. And so I remember that we drove on a train up north from Memmingen, and we passed very close to this border. Hey Lee, wie geht's dir? Back from the holidays? And I remember seeing the huge fence, right? The metal fence around. And I was like, and I asked my mum, I said, what's this thing? What's a fence? And then she said to me, I remember that, I will never forget, she said, well, that's to keep the people inside. It's like a prison. It's a country that is like a prison. I remember that she told me. I was like 4 or 5 years old back then. And I remember I even had the picture in my mind. It was a beautiful sunny day, and we drove past that border, and to get to near Hanover there. All right. So let's hop into the aircraft. Let's get it started up and then see what it's all about. You're back from the Canary Island. I hope the weather has cleared up, because I did see some awful news there. All right, put the headset on. Okay, headset is on. Next thing to do is we're going to get in contact with the ground chief via hand signals, and I want to have him connect the external ground power. So I can hear the cart powering up there, and then in a minute we should see the that's the cable. So we don't hear him yet because we don't have electrical power yet on the ship. So we're going to put this to external power. Now the aircraft is powering up.
Hey, what alignment do you want?
Okay, so let's look at the time. What time is it now? Because I'm a bit confused. I want to do the full alignment. Actually, let's do heading memory alignment. That shouldn't take that long.
Roger that. Stored heading alignment.
So 21:38 is the time. It only should take 2 or 3 minutes, because when I tried this afternoon, it just would not align. The weather was actually good. Okay, nice to hear that. No, what about the F-4? Hang on. Bremen was in West Germany, Mike Tango Charlie. Oh, really? Forward. So your family was actually separated by the border. Wow. Okay. Well, there we go. So yeah, a lot of people here actually have some background, historic moments there, and some memories as well. Cool. I want to get the engine started, so let me go connect the ground chief again. So air source, connect to the right engine.
Roger.
Then I'm going to get the...
Yes, sir. We are connected right.
Connected right. Right. Master right is on. And then we'll have the start airflow.
Yep, I'm done.
Is DCS worth a try with that? Yes, yes, you can get the Caucasus region and a prop for free and also a jet, so the frog foot for free, so definitely. Oh, okay, so Gaby, how, okay, that's good. How do you do the alignment? Right, so we're looking at 10%, hold on, I'm getting a bit behind here, so I've got to put the, this to half. Pressed ignition, and there we go. Now we got the EGT rising. He posted the checklist in the chat. What in the DCS chat on Discord? Hang on, let me just check. Thanks, Gaby. Okay, I found it. Fantastic. Okay. I hope I can do that. Right, engine number, so the right engine is started, it's running. So we're going to stop the airflow on that side.
And done.
And then I'm going to connect the right generator. And then we're going to connect to the left engine.
Roger.
I need to do something here with my Moser setup.
Connected left.
Alrighty. So now started to left master main on. Start the airflow.
Done.
So you can see the percent RPM, 10%. Going to put the thrust lever to about 50%. Ignition switch start. Here's ITT, or temperature is rising. Okay, Gaby, yeah, I'll check in a second. Just going to start the engines and then we'll do the alignment. I was wondering why the alignment wouldn't work, yeah. So very slowly, you can see the RPM here, very slowly creeping up. Okay, cool, all right. That's good to know. And there we go. Both engines are running. So let's put the left generator on as well. And then we'll have the air source stop the airflow.
Done.
And disconnect.
Roger.
So now I can see they're going to disconnect the hose here. And there we go. Now it's disconnected. That looks so cool. Alrighty. Let's also.
Already done.
Let's disconnect the external panel. Right, so let me go to the back seat here. Okay, so that's now the Jester. So that's the back seat.
External power disconnected, sir.
Thank you. So now let's have a look. So Gaby says the nav computer is on the right side panel. Hey, Ghost, hello. Okay, so that's the inertial navigator there. Map enhancement, you mean for X-plane? Yeah, that works, yeah. Hey, Crunchwrap, hello. So let's do a quick stored heading. So nav, so this thing here to, well, how can I get my view that way? There we go. So that is already standby. Align mode switch. Oh, where is okay, heading memory, okay. Okay, now that's on heading. Okay, that's heading memory. INS power knob. INS power knob. Align. Okay, align. Okay. Heat ignore. And then the align light, if that's flashing, then the power knob to nav. The INS light should be out. And then we can put this to gyro compensate. Okay. In Frankfurt currently. So we are doing Frankfurt. So you can see the terminal in the background there. So we're on the southern side. Yeah, so what I tried to do, Ghost, I tried to install the German map on my server, on the community server, but I couldn't get it working. I got the Iraq mode working, or map working, but not the So that should only take like 2 minutes or something, 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, really? Okay, so Germany. Okay, let me just do a screenshot then. Okay, thanks, Gaby. Yeah, well, that would explain why I couldn't download it, because I spelled out Cold War all the time and not CW. Right, so I hope this works. I really do hope it works. So it should illuminate that, or it should flash green when it's finished, right? Oh, there, hey, look at that, it's flashing. Ooh. So then we should put the INS to nav. The light is out, and this can go to gyro compensate. I think we did it. I think we did it. So the alignment should be complete now. Let me do the rest here. TACAN, transmit, receive. Align done, yeah, hopefully. Transmit, receive, and guard. Then we come back here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the alignment to... Oh, there we go. It does work. That was what I was looking for. That didn't work prior. Then I have to do one more thing back here. Then I have to go put this to sync. But that looks pretty good. That looks heading 170. Let's check that with the magnetic heading 170. Looks good. Looking good. Right, let's do here. We got the oxygen normal supply test. Here the pilot breathing. So that's done. Only a few more things to do. Standby attitude. Reset the cautions. We're going to put the this to TACAN initially. Actually, no, let's put this to NAF. And this one also to NAF, Concept Flight Directors on. And then we'll put the RWR. We're going to put the head-up display to cage. Fuel is... So we got 3 tanks, don't we? Yeah, we do. Flight control computers on. One reset of the CADC is done. Anti-skid on. And that's pretty much it. Cool. So, one more thing I want to try really quickly, because it's quite funny. Let's go and do ground checks.
Roger.
Let's test the pitot heat. Pitot heat on. And he's going to feel with the finger
Pitot is good.
if the pitot heat is actually on. It's on, that's good. Next, we'll check the spoilers.
Ready. Reverse out. Speed brakes in.
In, fantastic. Let's do the flaps.
Slats out. Flaps down. Slats in. Flaps up.
Alright, that's for takeoff now.
Slats are out. Flaps down.
And Bratpfanne, hello. Right, let's do one more thing here. Let's check the flight controls.
Ready. Stabilizer up. Roll left. Roll right. Rudder left. Rudder right looks good.
Okay. It does look cool. Yeah, I love how this old bird is simulated. Right, let's do one more thing. I've got to set the trim and wheel chucks remove.
Roger.
And I'm going to set the... it's really hard to see down here. So you got the landing gear indication here, the slats and flaps indication. And
Yes, sir. Chalk's out.
And here's the stabilizer trim.
You're all set. Looking good.
And I have to put this to about
Good flight.
3 units
And disconnect.
nose down for takeoff, which is now set. Now I think I've done everything. Right, let's taxi up to departure. I honestly can't wait for the Starfighter to come out. They're currently working on a
Just to
F-4.
double check, are we hitting the deck on this one?
You bet we are.
How low are we flying? Roger that.
Roger that. You're so cool. Thanks, Gaby, once again. Thanks for the help with the alignment. Otherwise, we would not have been able to fly the bird, really. That's really cool, thanks. Closing the canopy. Come on, Chester. There we go. Oh, you googled yourself. You had the same issue.
Down and locked. Lights out. Stripes aligned.
Thank you. So we'll take 25 left for departure. Here's taxiway Sierra. I was going to show you the routing, but it's not showing here on the map, unfortunately. So what we're going to do, though, let me just quickly show you then here. So we're going to take off. We're going to fly towards the border. So here's Frankfurt. We're going to take off, fly towards the border, up the border here, towards Braunschweig. Then we hop over to Berlin. Then we go north, Rostock, Hamburg, Bremen, Hanover, and then see if we have to refuel somewhere. We'll do that all nicely low level. So we just make sure that we're not feeding on center tank just now for takeoff, which is important. So this intersection should be fine for departure. We'll take that. Squeak. What's really cool is you get the idea how little view you had out the front here. Runway is clear. Cool, guys, are we ready? What a beast it is. Let's go. Let's hit it. Here comes the burner.
Engine's good. Airspeed's coming alive.
The stick's shaking.
80 knots. 100 knots.
Let's get the nose up a little bit. Coming up.
Gears moving.
Flaps are coming in.
Gear up. Flaps up.
All right, we'll do a low pass. Say goodbye to Frankfurt. We're so careful, this bird stalls quickly. As beeping tells me we're getting close to the critical angle of attack. So we don't want to hear that solid tone. The intermittent tone is fine, it's just a solid tone that's a bit problematic. Alright, let's... So we're doing 400 knots, no 350, here comes 400 knots. Trim down, trim down. Alright, out of reheat. And here's the airport of Frankfurt in the 1980s. Nice 727 there. Cool, let's get Chester to the first waypoint. Actually, let's do waypoint 2. So the waypoint 2 is...
You've got steering to the next point.
There we go, 60 degrees. Let's do this. Pushing the envelope, yeah. 500 knots, Mach 0.777 almost. There we go, let's navigate to the first waypoint. That's a nice little level. So here's the 1980-something Frankfurt. Still missing the big... bank towers. There's a couple of bank towers there, but not many. Here's the River Main. So we're about 50 miles to go. Yep, 50 miles to the waypoint. And we're doing 450 knots. Not bad. Not bad for cruising, right? Now let me put the center tank feeding on. That should show up any second here. I've got to learn about the fuel transfer because it does show fuel now. So that's total internal. Okay. All right. Cruising lovely at about 90% RPM. So we're not in afterburner whatsoever. And we're cruising at 400 knots roundabout. And we have 39 miles to the waypoint, and I think that's already the border. This should be the Spessart. Hey, Fishbone. Bits, hello. Yeah, the F-4. The thing is, I mean, you know, I like the fact that you have so many different fighters from different era. So it does make sense to have, like, you know, Cold War Germany as a map. And then have, you know, if the Starfighter comes out at some point in the near future, hopefully, you know, you've got the Phantom, you've got the MiG-21s or something, you've got the F-4. So you have the old counterpart, the Russian counterparts. And so you can actually, you know, simulate that era quite nicely. Well, this is, no, you can see there's some slight mountains here in my tank. It's not, well, I wouldn't say mountains, but this area in Germany is pretty flat. There isn't really, you know, big mountains here. I'm pretty sure they will expand. They should expand the map towards the south, so we can see here, for example. So it's missing South Germany, and there's a ton of airports down here as well. So hopefully they will bring that. That's why they call it the diesel. Black smoke. Yeah, Senshai, I agree, yeah. That would be cool. Yeah, I can imagine Senshai, yeah. We're quite lucky up here. Well, actually, we do have a training area above us as well. So last year... Oh, I forgot something here. I have to put this on. Last year, we had lots of training above us as well. And we had these, you know, supersonic booms as well from time to time. So only 17 miles. And then I think we should be reaching Fulda. All right. So then that's where we're going to go northbound towards Hanover and Braunschweig along the border there. And then you will see the crossing. All right. Fuel is looking good. We have right external fuel. Although, I want to have internal fuel here, the center tank. Let's do center tank feeding. So that's a power station there. And we have 9 more miles. Now the city of Fulda is also a very beautiful city. It has a nice old town. Yeah, that's true. Hey, TW, I agree. Tornado, another aircraft that would be cool to have. And then we have Typhoon as well at some point on the lineup. Gaby, a quick question to you. Do you know where do I see the total fuel quantity? Do I have an indication up front here or not? Because it just says here internal fuel. Look how many pounds we're burning through the pounds here. Look at that. Here's another pound of fuel. Another pound of fuel. Another pound of fuel. That's crazy. Not exactly efficient, right? Right, this could be full though. Let me just do a quick circle around here.
Turn point is updated.
Thank you. Love how the whole thing shakes. Everything vibrates, so cool. Right, this should be full though. Hang on, I'll get to your question in a second. Just have a look here. It's fairly, I mean, it's, you know, in let's say Microsoft Flight Sim, we are used to something more high fidelity, of course, but right, so do we have turn point? Yep, so 40 miles. So Chester did update the turn point automatically. So now we're going, heading about 015. And it's another 48 miles. So the question was, can anyone tell me how resource heavy is this map compared to, let's say, Assyria? Well, to be honest, these days, with if you can use frame generation, so DLSS frame generation, then you will not have any issues. So you're going to be, you know, 60 plus FPS for sure. Hey Luke, hello to you. Yeah, F-15, yeah, big drama. Every flight sim platform has their drama, right? Alright, let's do a little bit of terrain following here. I mean, I would say with the settings that I have, and I have some higher settings, obviously, you can see the amount of autogen here. It will gobble up some FPS. I mean, I'm not getting 100 FPS. I'm getting about 60 to 70 FPS right now. Without drama, it would be boring. Yeah, that's true. But sometimes I have a feeling I could do without the drama. Now, let's have a quick look. We're not going to get shot down today if we cross the border, but the border should be clearly visible. And I just wonder if they simulate that. As we come up north, we're going to get closer to the Harz. So the Harz is a mountainous area in northern Germany. And the highest mountain there is called the Brocken. At about, was it 1,100 meters or something? 1,200 meters? So not huge, but you know, for northern part of Germany. There, so the Brocken was actually East Germany back in the days. And then a little bit west of that, there was the border regarding West Germany. And on the Brocken, obviously, they had a big radar station and antennas to do spying and so on. So I'm looking out for the border. It should be really well visible because they have like a death strip, they called it. So not only did they have a huge fence, they also had mines and watchtowers and so on. So quite, oh, there we go. That should be the Brocken there. Yeah. So let's have a look. Let's see the border now. Not seeing it just yet. Now we are away 20 miles, yeah. So this could be the Brocken, 2,000, 3,000 feet, yeah. So that's oh, I can see the border. Yeah. So that should be it. Although it doesn't look like the old town there, but from, I think that's the borderline there. I'm going to shortcut now. I'm going to tell Chester to get the next waypoint loaded. So I think that was waypoint, I think 6 was Berlin.
Roger that. Steering to next turn point is in.
Yeah, so that's pretty much where we're going now. That was not it. I thought so. Something didn't look right. So here's that border I was talking about. So you can clearly see the that strip. So they call that the death strip. And then you can see the watchtowers. Wow, they modeled that. Did they really model the whole? Look at that. The whole area. Alright, let's go towards Berlin. Fuel check, still more than £10,000. I should see my own position, really, shouldn't I? Hang on. Oh, I didn't activate my own position. Duh. Right. You have a feeling we went like from here. Yeah, so the Brocken should have been more to the north. Right, Berlin is 138 miles. So it'll take about 15 minutes to get there. So let's see what we can do with Chester here. Chester, systems. Nope. Full contract. Okay, no, that's fine. Happy with Chester talking. Navigation. Okay, that's good. So the aircraft is modeled so nicely. You can see, for example, when you pull some G's and the aircraft shakes. So see the clock here, the clock that shakes. You've got the lights here. So everything that's like a little bit loosely mounted, it starts shaking, vibrating when you pull some G's. There's some more mountains. Maybe this was more the area with the hearts. Yeah, that looks more mountainous. Just want to try something real quickly. Do I have my... My camera just seems not to be connected. Yeah, that looks like it's the Brocken. So here's the West German side. So they also had a tower there, kind of a spy tower. And then on the left there, that's the Brocken. Yeah, that's more like it. Oh, Wurmberg, yeah, exactly. They have a skiing resort now there. Wurmberg, exactly. Yeah. Now here, we've just been here in, I think it was February. Yeah, February, on holiday. And there's a train track going up as well. Cool. That looks pretty good, actually. So some helicopter pads. You can actually land a helicopter there. And here's the border. See how it goes around that mountain? And the Germans are the West Germans, so this is the Eastern German part. And then you see the next tower there. That's the West German side. See how close the border runs there. And that's the Wurmberg, the worm mountain. Okay. Yeah, lots of antennas there. All right, let's go to Berlin. 100 miles. Here comes the afterburners. We've got to be careful with the fuel, though. Although, I tell you what we can do. How about we land in Tegel for a quick refuel? Oh, good lag. Okay, then here's some coal mining going on there. Wow, we're almost doing Mach 1 there. Everything's shaking. I don't think we're gonna get it into Mach 1. It's just a big aircraft. Now we should have autopilot here. Let me just try engage. probably doesn't work. You have to do something else, I think. Dirkster, hello. Off topic, German railway. Okay, hope you have a great time when making holidays here in Germany. Well, I mean, at the moment, I've heard that travel is crazy. So Easter travel is always busy time here on the motorway and airports and so on. Lots of people traveling. Some more factories. Lakes. Yeah, so this area would be quite rural. There weren't many cities, villages around here. So to get a bearing on our position, so we were right about here. And then now we're going towards Berlin. So we should be passing by Magdeburg. And Magdeburg should be really well visible. So we're currently doing 500 knots. 500 knots. So somewhere in the region of 6 miles per minute. So 80 miles to go, yeah, 12, 13 minutes, we should be in Berlin. You could go from Frankfurt to, yeah, Frankfurt Oder. Yeah. This, hang on, this could be Magdeburg there. Yeah. Near the river there. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a big river going through, so we should be just north of Magdeburg. Yeah. And it's another big industrial city. Miles. You can also fly some good old SARs, search and rescue missions with the Huey. Yeah, I think I've bought the Huey, but I have to get it installed again and practice with it. Now I have prepared some. Apache slots. Oh, the Elbe. Yeah, that was the River Elbe. Yeah, that goes all the way up to Hamburg. Yeah, Gaby, I'm still hoping for a campaign at some point because the one I'm trying now, F-18, the one I showcased 2 weeks ago, that is a lot of fun. So to have a proper campaign here with the F-4 would be great. And this aircraft, if you've managed to get it nicely trimmed, it does fly beautifully. I mean, it's obviously also fairly agile, but nonetheless, it is it's a bomb. They call it Bumblebee, correct? Hummel. The Bumblebee. The Diesel Bumblebee, I would call it. Alright, 50 minutes. Rhinoceros. The last ones, Gaby, do you know when the last ones were decommissioned? The last F4s? It wasn't that long ago, was it? 2012, yeah. Let's go really low now. So here's the radio altimeter. Oh, I didn't switch it on. Okay, let's switch it on. Here it is. Now it's working. Okay, so we're still above 1,000 feet above the ground. So let's go a bit lower here. 600 feet. It looks a lot lower than that, doesn't it? It's 500 feet. 400 feet. 300 feet. Jesus. Nah, that's lower than 300 feet. Come on. This is 200. That was 150 feet, 150 meters. So imagine that in Goose Bay, they were practicing, attack runs at 150 feet, 100 feet maybe lower. And sometimes they had aircraft that came back with some branches stuck somewhere in the engine intake. Another phenomenon is the fact that your nerve impulses from your eyes to your brain, and the brain computing the picture that you're then seeing, that takes, I don't know how many split seconds. The problem is, if you're going like now, 500 knots, the picture that you're seeing is actually already old. It's already past. So the danger is that potentially you could already be hitting a tree while at the moment that you're hitting it, your eyes and your brain have not computed that yet. I mean, we are talking about split seconds, but it's crazy. Over the North Sea, they go down to 50 feet. Crazy. And again, this is 150 feet. Now, this is 150. The trees are like, what, 30, 40 feet high? So here's an open field. I can go down. That's 60 feet, well, 70 feet, 100 feet. That's crazy. blackout strike, yeah. Potentially, yes. And again, 150 feet now. In 2013, yeah, somewhere in that region forward, yeah. 12, 13, that's when they retired. Right, we're only 15 miles away from Berlin. That's how quickly you can get to Berlin. We only, well, we got 5,000 pounds of fuel. So, let's see if we can transfer a little bit more from external. Oh, that's interesting. So now the internal is going up. The internal is going up because the external fuel is being fed into the internal. So these are some of the lakes prior to Berlin. And so let's go over there. $8 miles. Is that Potsdam? It's a bit small for Potsdam, I don't think so. No, it's not Potsdam. I don't think so. No, it's some other town. Hang on, was that like waypoint 6, 7? Oh, hang, maybe that was waypoint 7 in Berlin. Hold on. Let's try navigation. Go to. Let's try waypoint 7.
We'll go. Next turn point is in.
What? Hang on, 7? Did we just fly past Berlin? We can't miss Berlin. Come on. Hang. Anybody seen a big city somewhere nearby? Points that off. Well, I mean, it serves me right for not showing my own position. We can't contact ATC, unfortunately. For some vectors. I tell you what, guys, I've prepared for that. So we'll take another aircraft, which is positioned near Berlin, because I do want to show you the city. So also, let me have a look here. Miscellaneous, no. How do I do this mission? No, not mission. Where's options? Where's my options? Options. File. View. Customize. Mission options. There we go. So I want to have view options, my aircraft. So that way I can so now I'm going to go with this. Let's save that. Cokecase, hello. What do you think about the fact that the brain can read an analog dial with the needle much faster? Well, I mean, it's just one of those human kind of attributes, right? Where the brain is, really efficient in kind of estimating things. So when it's kind of seeing something, a round dial with a pointer somewhere is much easier to comprehend, right, than a pure number. So like 3 or 4 numbers next to each other. So this should be it, right? I just realized I didn't even have the radar on, but I didn't miss it. So there we go. Now we're coming towards Berlin here. And I think I can already see Berlin-Tegel right there. Richthofen. Very famous squadron in Germany. Yeah. All right, let's do a nice... shall we do a slow pass? Yeah, let's do a slow pass. Speed brakes out. Let's do a low pass, slow pass at Berlin-Tegel. Shaking 300 watts. Speed brakes in. 250 knots. Let's put the gear down. Everything's so mechanical. Flaps out.
All right, gear, flaps, pressure, warning lights, and skid.
Alrighty. Ooh, oh, we're heavy. Oh yeah, we've got lots of fuel. That's why. I was just wondering why it's complaining at 200 knots. But yeah, that's understandable. Berlin-Tegel. Landed here so many times. IRL. Old 727 there. The old hangars. Pan Am 747. It's coming up, flaps going in. Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's not as detailed as we've seen in other flight sims, but not bad. Senshai, I'm kind of wondering, yeah, regarding performance. So it is definitely more demanding. Because my FPS are dropping down to about 50, 55-ish right now. And normally I have at least 80, 90. But if you look at the amount of autogen right now, I mean, look at the amount of buildings, etc. I mean, it does have an impact on performance for sure. So there's the Brandenburger Tor. Now the Bundestag, Parliament these days. Berliner Alex, so the TV tower. Oh yeah, and there we got Tempelhof. Now I've never landed here, obviously, but. It's not bad, you know, knowing that it's a combat flight simulator, not a civil one like we have in Microsoft Flight Sim. But all in all, this is not bad. This is not bad. I'm so slow, like 3 knots only. Gotta be careful. We'll try and hit Shift P for active pause. There we go. Lol, they're shooting at me? No. You're really kidding me. Wow, that's a political incident. Look, I am still in West Germany, so in the West German part. But there's the Brandenburger Tor below me. Oh, nice stuff. They are shooting, look! Gotta get going here. Again, performance is not brilliant, but 60 FPS is still fine. Although I don't know what it's like on the server with lots of units, enemy units here, and friendly units. Maybe then it does get a bit maxed out. But oh, here's die Siegessäule. Also nice. You know what, guys? I'm wondering. We could take a Jeep or something and drive around, can't we? Hold on. I think what you have to have installed is the what's it called? That escalated quickly. Yeah, it did. I do have combined arms, I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Hold on. I have that installed. Hold on. Let's have a look. I have so many units here. Hang on. I haven't installed it yet. Question is how many megabytes is that? Hang on, let me just check. Yeah, well, I'll check, see how long it would take to install. Yeah, hang on. Come on. So let me try that. Turk in the US? No, I don't have P3D installed anymore. No. I have taken that out completely. So files available. Is it, what kind of pack is that? TAC pack. There we go. So combined arms. Install. Let's have a look. Let's see how big that is. If it's only 203 megabyte, then even with my internet, it should be very fast. So let's check. Yeah, you're right. It's 230. Yeah, 1 minute. Even with my slow internet, it's installed really quickly. Yeah, that should be fun driving around in Berlin. Yeah. Installed. Perfect. All right. So let's launch. Oh, that's cool. That's good news. Happy with that. Yeah, regarding, once again, the performance, I think in the past, there have been several maps that initially had bad performance, but then after a while, it did get better. So now we have combined arms installed. Mission editor, open mission. Let's try that. So what car would I need, or what vehicle would I need to drive around? Like a Jeep would be good, right? So let's have a look. Let's put the car right here. So let's go. Let's have a look. So we need this. Infantry. A Fiat Uno. Unarmed. Got a Humvee Jeep. .572? What's 572? Trabant. I don't think they have that. They have a truck. Tugs. They have. There's a Jeep. Hang on. There's a Jeep. Hold on. Let's take the Jeep. So let's put this here. And we want to make this. Hold on. Oh, hang on. How do I get this to be drivable? Oh, here we go. Player drivable. That's it. Player drivable. Yeah. Okay. I've never done that before. Let's see if it works. Yeah, but VW Käfer, I've not seen that. I don't think it's on the list. Tank? Nah, tank is just a little bit too limiting, I think. Right, let's see if it's on the list here. Hang on. Transport, Hui. No, it's not on here. Darn, how do I... Hang on, how do I do that? How do I do that? Does anyone know how to get... player drivable? So these should all be drivable. Oh, hang on. Ah, there we go. Drivable. Volvo. Volvo drivable. Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't have that. So skill, it doesn't have client. That's the thing. That's what confused me. The thing is, though, it says player drivable, and it says M92 R11 Volvo drivable. Let's see if we can find that out. So driving. Man, I wish. Driving weapons. Add a tactical. Okay, hang on. Okay, quick. Tactical commander slot. And that's so. Also, you said to try select a unit you want to drive on the F10 map. So once I'm in the game, I can have a look at F10. Okay. Also, a tactical commander slot. How do I do that? Add. There's DTC manager. Oh no, that's a new thing. Add. F10 map, and then click vehicle and take control. Okay, we'll try that. Let's try that. Let's try it. Thanks, guys. That would be so cool if we get that working. Yeah, it should still work though, even if. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Gaby. Thanks for the help. Also, Sentra, thank you, and Quadraditos, thank you. All right, let's try something. I'm gonna go with. There is Apache Tempelhof. The thing is, I haven't done the assignments yet with the controls, which always takes some time. So I don't want to waste that time. So let me just go and get into F10 here. So you guys are saying that if I go here, yeah, where was it? It was. I'm lost. There. Doesn't say that here. Map. No. Yeah, did I hide the... Okay, hang on. So I have to show the... Yeah. Okay, so let's try that. So, under options, right? Mission options. Allies as to all. So F10 view options, all units, correct? Yeah. Show units, blue, neutrals. Yeah. Right, let's give it one more try. Hey, Evos. Frankfurt Friday had 250. Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have free time today, right? Yeah, that's why I didn't want to go online today, because I flew with the 727 from Frankfurt to Nice, and I didn't want to get into that chaos. Not on the first flight on stream. All right, let's try that. So, oh, that's also nice. Look at that, Tempelhof. Lol. Nice. So F10. Let's try it. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. Volvo. Okay. So I've clicked on it. What else can we do? Right click doesn't do anything. What was that? Try selecting unit. F10, but there's an option to take control. Ah, here we go. There's the button. Hang on. But it's not highlighted. It's there. It's definitely there. Let me have a look. Can we do it? Can we take a tank? Hang on. Come on. No, it's also not. Yeah, I can see the button up here, up on top. Unit to take control. Yeah, Gaby, hang on. Let me just hang on. See if I can get you. There we go. Now I can post a link, Gaby. Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. We're in the mission editor DCS world and have had this video requested. How do we get ground units so that in a mission they can be controllable by humans with combined arms? Super simple. So first of all, we're going to go to this chap here, Battlefield Commanders.
Okay. That's what I have missed, right? So we've got to take. So we've got to go here.
We have to have, first of all, this super simple. So first of all, we're going to go to this chap here.
Battlefield Commander. There, Battlefield Commander. Pilot can control vehicles. That's it. Okay.
Battlefield Commanders. We have to have, first of all, this checked. Pilot can control vehicles. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's what's missing.
We have
Yeah.
at least one of these slots available to allow there to be a position selectable so that a human can drive the vehicle. Now, I think Game Master, Tactical Commander, and JTAC Operator, at least those three can drive the vehicle in combined arms.
Right, let's try that.
On the red side available to be able to drive these, then I would have two Game Masters, or if I didn't want them to be Game Masters, they could be Tactical Commanders, or if I didn't want that, then they could be JTAC Operators. So that gives two human occupiable slots that can go in and drive these guys here. And if I wanted, I don't know, 3 slots open on the blues and I wanted them to be Tactical Commanders, then I would open 3 like that. Then I've got to check the vehicles themselves and make sure they are individually selected to make sure they can be driven. So I'm going to click on this ground group here, which is an Abrams, and I've got to tick this. Player can drive.
Hang on. There's one more setting maybe. It's too quick there. Hang on.
Here, player can drive. Now, as default, this is ticked here, but I was.
Oh, got it. Brilliant, Gaby. Thank you so much. How cool. Okay, so. So now the question is, how do I drive it? So this is steering, okay. How about forwards, backwards? Yeah, W doesn't work. So left, right. Hold on. Adjust controls. Combined arms. Vehicle, turn left. So, okay. So shift gear. So S is brake. Z and X. Okay. Gear up, gear down. And then, yeah, okay. It's okay. So maybe we have to, hang on. Ah. Oh my God. This is so strange. So now the question is, where do we have to go? Hang on, where do I have to go? I have to go. Oh, there's that. I have to go to the right. Yeah, that's the way we're gonna go. So. Okay. No. Ah, there you go. Come on, turn! Jesus Christ, what is this vehicle? Hang on. Hey, there we go. Now we're talking. Let's see how fast this can go. Not bad. Yeah, exactly. Turning radius like a... I think that's as fast as she'll go. Problem now is there's some Russian tanks. Oh, oncoming traffic, careful. Oh, there's a VW. Careful. So the question now is, will the tanks shoot at me? Let's play chicken. No, that's not. Mercedes, okay. This is actually quite cool. You can walk faster. Oi, cheeky. Right. I'm going gear up, so Iowa, yeah. So it's actually quite fun. Yeah, Marco, the thing is, I saw that on a video. Someone was driving through DCS Berlin. And so, you know, we're flying by in the Phantom, which was all fun, but the thing is, it just went by so fast. So I thought, well, if we drive a, I don't know, the Jeep or lorry or something. Oh, I've been here. I've been jogging here so many times. So that monument here. But how do we get through the wall there? How do we get to the eastern side? I know there are some checkpoints, like checkpoint Charlie and so on. Don't stall it, yeah. So, guys, left or right? Which way? Should I go right? Jesus Christ! Oh no, I knew it. Right, okay, so I think it's a bad idea to go driving around in a fuel truck. Oh, okay, that was a bad idea. Not gonna lie. Okay, right, lesson learned, okay? Lesson learned. Right, don't drive a fuel truck. I've been promoted, okay, that at least that. Okay, so we should hang on. We got some more things. So actually, we could take these away first of all, so that they don't shoot at us. But I want to go and drive more on the. I think this is like checkpoint Charlie here. Shall we try that? And then let's change this to something smaller. But what's smaller though? Player drivable. So these are the only ones? What about armor? Oh, Fuchs. We don't see much there. That's a problem. I think they're all drivable, right? I have no idea what these mean. Scout. Shall we try that? Let's try that. It's very dramatic, the music, right? Scout Humvee. Yeah, I think. Well, Scout sounds fast, right? Yeah, I didn't realize I was driving a. Right, let's do the Apache first of all. That's it. That's our car, right? Yeah. That's not bad. That should be quite fast then. Right, got to load it into the helicopter first. Then go F10 map. There we are. Right, so this one here. Drive. Oh, yes, please. Oh, Jesus. This actually shoots. Right. Can we run that? I think we can. Easy, son. Easy. Jesus. No, hang on. How to do that? Hang on. How do I? Oh, there we go. Oh no. We're getting there. So the turret is now looking straight. Right, let's run the... We can do this! Ah! Yeah, we did it. Can you do a barrel roll? Well, the question now is, where are we? I want to go to the Alexander, big TV tower. But this is more like it. This is fast, and it shoots. Let me just get my bearings. Anyway, anyone got a city map? I have one. Right, so here's Tempelhof. So that was the Brandenburg. Oh, actually, let me do this turn. Hang on. This is nice, actually. Hold on. So. It's not bad. This actually turns quite nicely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can do some good fun stuff with combined arms. Yeah. Nope. F2 brings me to the helicopter. Hey Bob, how you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, oppa. Hang on. Oh, dead end. Hold on. We're gonna take a. Oh no, hang on. Huh? Okay, we're gonna take a left down there. Getting there. We're getting there. Sorry, that's a Brandenburger Tor. Now these days, this road here has lots of shops, cafes and so on. But I guess back then, this was really kind of closed off. Oh, these are the old Trabants. It's not bad. I mean, it even has some of the little details there. Carvings and so on. Look at that. It's not bad. I mean, for a sim where you literally just use to shoot things up, I mean, some great detail. I'm not gonna lie. But the only thing is, I'm not sure if you guys get sick watching, but I mean, like sick, like nauseous. But I get a little bit nauseous just driving around quickly and turning. Oh, there's the Alex. I want to see the Alex. Let's drive. Let's go there. And the red building, isn't that the council? Is it the council? Oh, he's speeding. Does he come around the corner there? Excuse me. Does it say how fast we're going? Brake. Oh. Lord, we just skidded. Okay, nice. So I can skid it. You can skid vehicles in here as well, which is great. Where are we? Help. I'm lost. Is there anywhere? Where's a bridge? Where's a bridge? I am pretty sure I should not be driving here, but... Oh, come on, it's just a little tree. There we go. Pretty good driver, I may say. That was a tight turn. So people that have been here in Berlin, they will know these places, right? Of course, it looks a lot different nowadays. So this area is not as enclosed as it is today. So it's hard to get anywhere. That's also not bad. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I touched the mouse button there, sorry. Church. Yeah, exactly. That's how World War III started. You can use Control F11. Okay, Control. Yeah, I'm not sure. Somehow, hang on. Ah, yeah, you can. Ah, okay, that way you can look around. Okay, yeah. So the hotel. Oh, hang on. Huh? What's this? Oh, what happened now? Oh, so I'm scrolling the mouse wheel. Okay, that's interesting. Can we get all the way up here? We can. Well, this is actually not bad. I'm kind of scrolling with the scroll wheel to increase and decrease speed. Where are we? Down there, look. Down there we are. Yeah, so these days, I mean, it has changed a lot, right? I mean, so back here, you can see the Brandenburger Tor there. Right? Bundestag, or Reichstag, and now, believe it or not, I was here in Berlin in, when is the first time I was here? I think it was 1996 I was here. And there you can see the wall again. I was here in 1996, or not, even 1995, and I wandered around. Obviously, it was all united back then already, right? But it was only like 8 or 9 years. And then I just wandered about, right, in the side streets here. And believe it or not, there were still houses there that had bullet holes in them from the Second World War. So they hadn't done any renovation works on these some of these old houses. Yeah, so that was like 5 or 6 years past the unification, yeah. And I was flying the 737, and we had night stops Berlin, yeah. And I remember that we stayed in the hotel where they had the huge scandal regarding you know, hidden microphones and cameras in the hotel rooms and so on. So but you get the idea here, right? With the way, oh, look at that, you even have a little scout between that. So that kind of death row here between east and west. So imagine living here. Right, and then you just look over the border. You stayed near the Ostbahnhof and saw that part of the wall. Yeah, they have kept only a small amount of the wall, right? So yeah, reunification was 3rd October 1990. Yeah, but my bad. Regarding numbers, I have such a hard time remembering numbers sometimes. So yeah, it was October 1990. I came back from the UK, from England, in 1989. And then I was doing national service when they had the reunification, yeah. Right. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, so all in all, I mean, it's interesting. I think they did a good job. Something's flying around there. Hang on. What's flying around there? Without my permission. Who's flying? Who's taking off without my permission? Was that just a shadow or something? Hang on, what is that? What on earth is that? Helicopters. There's 4 helicopters flying around. Maverick, yeah, damn it, Maverick. Maybe there's another monument there. Look at that. Maybe it's the Kiowas or something that I forgot to put as client. Or it's Apaches. No, these are Apaches. Yeah, they are Apaches. The wingman got bored, yeah. Oh yes, let's have a look at Tempelhof real quickly here. Shift. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh man. Jeez, that's really fast. Thanks for the tip. Hang on. Let me just stop here. Lufthansa. That is just so funny. G and a Z. Berlin Tempelhof, not bad. Now, honestly, hang on. I honestly, I can't imagine a 747 actually landing here. Right, because that runway is not that long. Got display threshold. Look, that's the runway. Nah. There's another runway there, but that's not that much longer. Nah. I doubt it. Oh, there's balloons there. Hang on, I saw that in the... Oh, oh, no, wrong way. Hang on. Blimey. Oh, I've lost them. Where were they? I saw some balloons. Hot air balloons. Oh, there they are. Ha. Oh, that's the Olympic Stadium. Nice. Yeah, guys, we'll leave it here. You can see that definitely. Matt Cat says there's a picture of the landing in 1987. Really? So they did land a 747 here. Now that looks a bit suspicious. I'm sure they had a nice nickname for this radio tower, right? I mean, Anyways, we were saying, yeah, we're going to end the stream here. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to some missions, guys. And I'm going to try to get the map installed on our server. And then that was the Teufelsberg. Okay, Lewis. Cool. All right. Thanks for the info. Nice. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the little trip here around Germany. Yeah, we will be back. I'll try to stream again on Monday. Stay tuned on the announcement channel on my Discord. Thank you so much, everyone. And again, have a great Easter time. Enjoy your time, free time with the families. Yeah, see you again very soon, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for the support. And then take care. Stay safe. Good night to you all. Thank you much. You too, guys.